Abrupt swings in emerging market exchange rates are typically linked to tighter financing conditions and heightened financial instability. Airtm gives people in Latin America the ability to save in a historically stable currency, the US dollar, which protects their savings from devaluation.
Rubén, what are the elements of the Airtm payment solution that's really helped differentiate you in the marketplace?
The thing that makes Airtm different is that we build end-to-end infrastructure to support cross-border payments for the online economy. So what that means is that we give services to enterprises that need to deliver payments to people in Latin America. We build consumer financial services to people receiving those cross-border payments in Latin America. And then we build infrastructure, not just to send money internationally, but also to be able to cash it out once you receive it.
The local banks haven't thought about solutions around this in terms of introducing US dollar accounts?
Of course, but it's not a commodity. It is a bit of a luxury in Latin America.
From a cost standpoint, it's just not accessible to everyone.
There's barriers, and they're not just cost barriers. There's account minimums that you often have to have. For instance, in Mexico, if you're a company that does business with the US, it's easy for you to have or to justify the need for a dollar account. If you're a retail consumer and you just want to save money, it's a bit more challenging.
What have been the challenges and opportunities in the Airtm's go-to-market strategy?
In order for us to be able to facilitate cross-border micropayments, we had to create a new infrastructure to be able to facilitate $10 to move across a border, right? And we leveraged the concept of platforms and we brought it to cross-border payments. Similarly to Uber, where you take a random person's car to move from point A to point B. In Airtm, we connect you to an Airtm money broker that exchanges US dollars in exchange for your local currency. And getting people to understand that it was normal for them or required for them to interact with a random third party was a bit of a challenge. But right now, our marketplace, it is so efficient that it's way quicker to get accepted or a transaction completed in Airtm than a ride in Uber.
What do you think has caused the rise of QR code format for payments in Latin America?
Well, there's a big cash economy throughout Latin America, and certain countries have seen that people's ability to speedily move money similarly to cash will allow the government eventually to be able to formalize big segments of the economy that were otherwise just driven by cash. And I feel there's that big incentive the governments have to push people to adopt QRs, for instance. And in Brazil, for instance, we were talking about Pix. That's the new standard for moving money as if it were cash, but digitally. And the Brazilian government has done a great job at making Pix be widely accepted because it's a very open system.